Hey guys, back with another video, and today I have my February TBR. So it is now about 2 weeks into February, and I have not did a February TBR, which means my wrap up may come a little bit late. I'm trying to get back onto the groove of doing monthly TBRs and wrap ups because that's what I don't want to say that's what I started the channel with. It was not what I started it with, but that's what I started the book portion of this channel with. So I wanted to get back into doing it because I actually really enjoy doing it. But you know, getting into teaching or in education is just a different ball game all by itself to work with. So trying to get in the hang of, you know, keeping my routines for my channel and not being too exhausted from still going to school, getting my master's, and teaching full-time, you know, and having a full-time life. It's a balance. So I wanted to get back into it because it's one of those things that really relaxed me. So I don't know why I have my Kindle, because none of the books that I'm reading is on my Kindle. So for the month of February, I have I have a page on Facebook where it's called Book Fun, and I am doing 12 books for 12 months. And if I don't read anything else, I'm gonna read the book that I posted in that book group for the month that I posted it for. So for the month of February, I am reading Legendborn. This book has a lot of hype around it right now because the second book, Bloodmark, just came out. And I got them both for Christmas. So I am going to read this one. This is going to be my February pick. So I'm really excited about this. This is a girl who is going on an excursion. She joins finds a secret society called Legendborn. And this excursion happens after her mother dies. She's 16 and her mother dies in an accident. So she's going to figure out about that, is what I'm guessing. And I'm thinking this is kind of like a retelling of King Arthur-ish, because there is a person, it says a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin, who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. So I know the character Merlin was really big with King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think. So, but could be a retelling. I'm not sure, but I'm excited to get into it. Next book, I had this on my January TBR, but I brought the book home one day and forgot to take it back to school. This is the book that I read for my independent reading time when I would model being an independent reader for my students. And yes, you literally have to do it all the time, otherwise they're going to think that it's free time to do whatever they want to. So I want to be a model teacher, plus I love reading, so it gives me another excuse to read, and I read while my students are reading. But unfortunately, I brought this book home and did not take it back, and I'm like about 20-ish% through this book, probably less than that to be fairly honest. But it is Amari and the Night Brothers. I'm loving everything I'm reading so far, and it is not a slow read. It is a quick read. The action is very much like a child's action book. It's not too much, and it's not enough. It's enough to keep someone at the like 4th through 6th grade, 7th grade, middle grade age. Like, it's enough to keep them intrigued. So I'm here for it. So far, so good. And I do plan on actually reading some of this weekend, because while my weekend isn't free necessarily because I have children, it is free enough for me to do some reading. The next book on my list is Black Boy Joy. This has been sitting in my library since, I believe, last year. There were a lot of other books that had came up since I got this book that I needed to read for a class, or because my students were reading it and they were having like controversial arguments about the books that they were reading. So I kind of joined in to make sure everything was not inappropriate, but joined in to make sure that everything was appropriate for class. But neither one of my students last year read this, but I have 2 students this year that want to read this, so I want to make sure that what I am going to be reading is going to be 5th grade appropriate. Some things that are middle grade appropriate are not necessarily elementary age appropriate, and some of 5th graders read on middle grade and high school level. So I want to make sure that I am not going to be the one that is putting inappropriate books on my shelf. So, and I know I can't control what they get outside of my classroom. So if they choose to read this outside of my classroom, that is entirely up to them and their parents. But I think this will be good on my shelf because I've seen counselors and other teachers have this book on their shelf. But, you know, I think that's also to each his own of what you want inside your actual classroom. So, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll be very good. So I'm not worried about it at all, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah. I don't want to say last but not least, because there's one other book that I don't have a physical copy of that I'm going to tell you about. But next book that I'm hoping that I will get to, and let's just throw it out there. I'm not sure if I'm going to read every book that's on this TBR, but I know for sure I will read Legendborn. And I have to finish Amari because my kids are on me. And I just got the second book in the series, and I got a signed edition. So, like, I need to read the first one. But the next book is Cicely Tyson, Just As I Am. This is a pretty thick book. And because I have 2 thick books, and the other book that I'm about to tell you is a thick book, I think with this one in particular, I might get the audiobook to listen to alongside this one, because I do tend to listen to my audiobooks at a faster rate than what I read, and I'm still able to understand everything, get, you know, messages from them, you know, think critically and deeply with the reading, because I know some people are very against the audiobooks, like, whatever happened to just reading the books? But I'm telling you, when you become a parent and you still love reading, you will find ways to make reading still a part of your life. And audiobooks just, they are very helpful for us. But I think I may get the audiobook to help me with this one. This may be one that I read or listen to on my way to and from work. And then, you know, if I'm not falling asleep when I get home from work, I may just sit on the couch and read a little bit in between my Hogwarts Legacy game. But the last book I'm going to share, that's why I have my Kindle out. I was like, why do I even have my Kindle out? That's why. Last book I'm going to share, because I'm actually 83% through this book. But I don't have a physical copy. I checked it out from my library. And the only way I can show it to you on my tablet, though, on this tablet, because my other tablet, my 7-year-old has, and he's like stuck on it like glue right now. And I don't want to take it away from him at the moment because he's quiet and he's not bothering me. But I'm 83% done with this book. So this book I was supposed to also read in January, but my library loan of the book was over in like the middle of January, and I didn't get the loan back until literally the last day of January. So as soon as I got it back, I started reading it, and it is, I have not updated it on here. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I wish I could just pick up just the title, click, or not the title, but the picture. But anywho, it is Lore. So far, I'm absolutely in love with this book. I did not think that I was going to like this book as much as I'm currently liking it. Because sometimes when people make such a hype about a book, it turns out to not be something that I like at all. But so far, I love it all. And I should have known that I would, because it has to do with Greek mythology. And I love learning about Greek and Roman mythology. So I'm here for it. So anywho, those are all the books that I will be reading in the month of February. Like I said, February is almost already over. So I don't know that all of these will get completely finished, but I know that this is the next one I will be starting on. If not today, then probably Monday. I would say tomorrow, but we have a Super Bowl event that we're hosting with my church tomorrow. So I'll probably start this Monday. I also got this on a library loan so that I can also read it on my tablet when I'm at work, because I do bring my Kindle. I do bring my Kindle to work. Sometimes me having the book in my hand doesn't always work, because and sometimes I bring my other tablet to work. Actually, I think it's my other tablet, because I also have my Class Dojo on it, and I need to be able to, give my kids their dojo rewards if they're reading, and then switch back over and read with them, just so they are aware that I'm also observing them reading when I'm not doing conferencing with them. So, got my loans, got all that. That is what I'm reading for February. What are you reading for February? You could go comment down in the comments below. And let me know what you think of any of the books that I'm reading. And that is all. Until next time. Bye.